Hey, what's going on, guys, and happy Monday. So today I'm doing a topic that was suggested by, one of my dedicated followers. So today we will talk about what is meant for you will be yours. So let's jump right into this. A lot of us want love. I mean, like, badly, like really badly. We fight for it, and we'll do anything to get it. Sometimes we even go as far as trying to have people prove that they love us, like send them through like all these different tests and things like that. I've been guilty of it, so don't feel like no type of way about it. The reason why we as people tend to do this is because we have abandonment issues. And our abandonment issues is based around, anything that we can lose. So we put it to this test, right? We'll maybe ask a person, what would you do if me and you never met? You put them in situations where, okay, are they going to show up for you? Are you going to have to take care of yourself? You put them in situations where they have to prove themselves in front of other people, your friends or family, doesn't matter. Sometimes people have gone as far as breaking up with people. Yes, they break up with people and hopes that the person will come back to fight for them. So why is this a habit? Why is this something that people really struggle with? Because even though you may have abandonment issues, your abandonment comes from maybe from trauma or growing up a certain way, or being neglected, whether that's by your mother or father. It has been, a thing that you carry with you, right? There's a hole inside of you. And so most times we think to ourselves, how do I fill this hole? How do I complete myself, right? Because the people who were supposed to raise me or love me or be there for me or be affectionate towards me or teach me how to be a man or woman, they wasn't there. So I had to learn from other people who was around, other family members, other people who I've connected with, learning from people who I admire. But even though you look everywhere else, it doesn't change the fact that you had to look for something that you couldn't replace. And so when we get in relationships, we take our idea of love into relationships. And our idea of love is not just about how we fantasize about love. It's also our trauma. It's also our frustration. It's also our misery. It's also our, insecurities, right? We take all of that into relationships. And when we do this, we wind up pushing a person away. A person who's genuinely there, right? And a lot of times we don't take the time to reflect first. Like, we don't take that time to reflect, because if we reflect, then that means that we have to acknowledge ourselves. We have to acknowledge what we will never have. And it's not anyone's fault. It's not anyone's fault. It's not your fault. Sometimes we want to blame the people who abandon us, but it's not even their fault either. Because some people just don't know or didn't know how to be a mother or a father. They just didn't have it in them. Sometimes we ask ourselves, why? How come they couldn't raise us, right? I can tell you from experience, like, even though my older two brothers had my father growing up, for me, it was like when I was born or coming along, my parents were going through a tumultuous time, and they were, in a process of separating and things like that. And so, for that duration of time, I kept trying to develop and maintain a close relationship with my father. And it was really difficult because he was going through his own thing. He was struggling with his own demons, right? And so how could I, at that time, I didn't know, right? Because I'm young, I don't know. But, as I got older, I realized that, you just didn't know how to be a father to me. And that's a hard thing to accept. Yeah, I had father figures, right? You had, I had my brothers, I had my grandfather, I had my uncle, I had people I met indirectly. I even had people who, who provided nurturing to me and love and everything. But it never filled that hole in me, that void. And so what I had to learn to do was go back to the source, right? Because my relationships moving forward was never going to be complete, but me being able to make them actually turn into good relationships until I dealt with me, right? Because all we do is project. That's all we do. Whether that's insecurities, fears, anxieties, like anything that we do from a negative perspective, we are subconsciously projecting and pushing people away. Do we mean to do this? No. It's just that when your trauma gets triggered, you become animalistic in your nature. And when you're animalistic in your nature, you now are operating from a space of impulse. See, we as people, we have a side of us that's logical and rational, and then there's a side of us that's animalistic. And that animalistic side kicks in. And whatever triggers it, it just triggers it. Whether it's us trying to love somebody, a relationship, someone trying to be close to us, someone trying to, who mimics the behavior of a person before you, but that person hurt you, so now you're treating the new person as if they're the old person, and now you're taking it out on the old person. You're taking it out on a new person, as if they're the old person. Yeah, that can get confusing, right? And so that's why we struggle with this, because we're trying to control the thing that we're missing. When we meet new people, we try to control them. We feel like if I don't control you, oh man, something's wrong with me. Something's wrong with me. If I can't control you, if I can't, make you bend to my will, right? Then do you really love me? Are you really a person who's willing to, be there for me if you don't sacrifice for me? But here's the thing. They're not here to worship you. They're here to love you, right? They're here to accept the things about you that you will possibly grow from. But there's some things that just won't ever change, right? We can't go back into our past and take away the consequence of our abandonment. We can't take away that consequence. We can't take away the consequence of feeling as if though we're not enough, that we're not loved, that we're not accepted. We can't uncry our tears. We just can't do it. And so the best thing for you to do is to move forward in life. You have to find that love is all about peace. It's about walking. See, just like I'm doing now. Walking and moving forward in life. Is there an easy answer? No, there's not. But as the truth is, you can do it. You can move forward. You can love and be loved. You can be the person that you desire. And you can attract that person too. But you have to go inward. You have to accept that there's nothing wrong with you. You're not incapable of being loved. You're not incapable of being cared for and nurtured. You are worth it. But you have to allow that space to be filled with sincerity. Allow that space to be filled with something authentic, something desirable, something that you can't replace. So how do you do that? You do that by being who you're meant to be, which is open, honest, sincere, genuine. Because at the end of the day, we can't control everything in life. We can't go back in the past and beg our parents to love us again. We can't go back in time and hope that we find the person who hurt us the first time to unhurt us. Because if we didn't go through these things, we wouldn't be who we are. We wouldn't have the things in our lives that we were meant to have, whether that's children or whether that's being able to love them. No one's perfect. No one. Even me. I ain't perfect. I'm up here trying to still get this weight off me, right? It's a process. I'm up here hoping that one day, I will reach as many people as I can with the message that I have, and hoping that that message will heal and uplift and inspire more people. All I do here is share my imperfections. And that is beautiful. So, being imperfect doesn't mean that something's wrong with you. Wishing that you could be loved more, then it doesn't mean that something's wrong with you. But the thing is that you have to allow love in. And to do that, you have to become what you're asking for. Most times we don't want to do that. We feel as if though we've hurt enough. We've been through enough pain. I don't want to hurt anymore. But I don't want to have to go through this transformation just to get what I feel, just to get what I crave. Because no one deserves anything. Everything we get in life is a gift. Time, someone to love us, someone to care about us. It's a gift. You don't deserve it. It's a gift. So treasure it. When you meet the next person, don't send them through this whole process of 1,000, tests and all these defense mechanisms you have. Here's the reality. Don't force it. Let it happen naturally. And when it's time, that person will either love you or they will be removed from your life. But you have to elevate yourself. You have to elevate yourself to the frequency that you want to reside on, to the person you want to be. What's meant for you will be for you. So let it be for you. Let it be what you need, what you want, what you crave. And let love find you. You don't have to force it. You don't have to make it love you. Just let it love you. I hope this was helpful. Again, I appreciate all the support and the love. I know y'all see me sweating. I was just coming from a workout. But again, I appreciate all the love and support. And I will see you guys in the next episode. Peace.